YouTube? Welcome to episode 2 of the Dankness. Coming at you from Messiah College. For my second video, I wanted to talk about something that I'm really passionate about, and that's this right here, chicken breast. I basically cook with almost every day. Today I just wanted to walk through some concepts behind cooking the best chicken breast in the short amount of time with the least preparation. This isn't necessarily one recipe, but I'm just going to share some concepts so that you can go into the kitchen, cook an amazing chicken breast, or cook any great meat. So let's get started. Our goal in cooking this is to keep it as moist as possible throughout the whole process. So that starts from when we freeze it. So when we buy it from the store, we don't want to freeze it inside of this big package. We want to put it in a little Ziploc bag, squeeze all the air out, and then freeze it. Because if you freeze it in here, it's not airtight, so some of the water from inside will form crystals on the outside, and then when that thaws, all that water that formed crystals on the outside has now left the chicken, and we're left with less moisture than when we started. We're going to start by setting our pan to medium heat right here. Again, with our cast iron skillet right there. You need a cast iron skillet in your life, don't forget it. So all we're gonna need for this recipe is some salt, your chicken breast, and whatever spice you want. That's up to you to decide. So first we're gonna start by taking our breast, cutting it this way, butterfly cut. This knife is just meant for freaking destroying things, so. Alright, we got our butterfly right here from our chicken breast. Then we're gonna sprinkle our salt on. Salt helps retain moisture in the process. It looks like a lot of salt, but it actually won't make the flavor too salty. And then my spice of choice today is gonna be that lemon pepper. This was used on the original Rob's Kebabs. And then I'm gonna sprinkle that on both sides as well. Rub it in. Okay, so now we're ready for this to go on the pan. We're gonna add our oil right here. And then I'm gonna take my chicken. I just rub the oil around. And then set it in there. And then I'm gonna cover it. And obviously there isn't a set time that you want to cook your chicken for. Because it depends on the size. I'm just gonna tell you around like 5 to 9 minutes per side. We're gonna leave it there. We want to keep our chicken as still as possible. We don't want to move it, don't want to squish it. Remember, our goal is to keep the moisture in the chicken, and we don't want that to leave. So we're just gonna let it sit there. The only movement that I want to do to my chicken after, I'm gonna do it right here, but I don't want you to doing this when you first look at your chicken. But after 5 minutes, I'm just gonna do a little scoop and check the underside for the browning that I want, the desired browning. And then I will flip it. We'll check back in 5 minutes, 5 to 9 minutes, see what our chicken looks like. Okay, so it's been like 7 minutes, I think. I'm gonna check on my chicken. I like this browning. When it's covered, the heat more contained, so the top got cooked a little bit. So I'm just gonna go and flip. Oh, frick, mine's split. That's okay. I'm gonna flip, and I'm gonna cover again. And then we'll wait like 6 more minutes or something. Chicken on the pan, I forgot to mention this. We definitely want to wait until our pan is heated up. A high initial heat helps develop the flavor in the chicken. So if you just like turn on your pan and then immediately throw on the chicken, the pan is heating up with the chicken instead of just like sort of shocking the chicken. And that high initial heat allows the chicken to develop more flavor. Next 2 steps in the process are probably the most important, but a lot of people forget to do it. After we take our chicken off this pan, it's still going to be cooking because the outside of the chicken is hotter than the inside. So heat will transfer from the outside to the inside of the chicken, and it can sometimes raise the internal temperature when you think the chicken might be the least cooked by 10 degrees when it's resting on the plate after it's removed from the pan. So we're gonna take our chicken off. It's been about 6 minutes. So I'm gonna take it and put it on the pan. Turn my pan off. And with my chicken right here, right now, the outside is heating up the inside because the outside is still hotter. But also, while I was cooking my chicken, inside the muscle fibers of the chicken, water was all moved around in between all the muscle fibers. And as it's resting, water will go back into those muscle fibers and stay rested in there. To wait like 10 minutes before cutting your chicken, because if you cut your chicken right after it's off the pan, a lot of water that's been spread out in between muscle fibers is going to spill out everywhere and it's going to be lost from your chicken. So you want to let it rest so that water goes back into the muscle fibers, and then you'll be ready to eat. So I cut my chicken open over here after waiting some time. We can see what a nice moist breast looks like. I think we're ready to enjoy our chicken, but before going, let's review what we learned. It starts from storing your chicken. You want to freeze it in the Ziploc bags to retain the most moisture. And we want to heat that pan up hot. And then we want to put our chicken on to develop that flavor. And then when it's on the pan, we don't want to move around the chicken. We don't want to squeeze the chicken. Keep the moisture in the chicken. Want to remember that after our chicken is off the pan, it's still going to be cooking a little bit. So let's cook it like to barely cooked or like right under cooked. Don't cut it open. Wait some time so that water can get back into the muscle fibers. And then you're ready to enjoy your chicken. Everything that I learned about chicken, I learned from this book, The Science of Good Cooking, Cooks Illustrated. Check it out. It's like the best thing ever. It'll give you all the concepts of everything. You can go and do whatever the frick you want in the kitchen. So now you know the basics. Now you know how to keep your moisture in your chicken. So you can go make some dank chicken. Like, that's all there is. It's easy.